Why, when, and how. The purpose and benefits of releasing your feet. Pay attention, super important. Number one, you need to release tension in your base, right? If that's not being done, the tension can impact other parts of your body, different muscles and the fascia around it. And what happens when you have too much tension? Your body becomes more prone to injuries. Number two, you have to be able to increase ankle mobility so you don't overuse your knees, hips, lower back, and other parts of your body during any activity as simple as walking. Three, proper muscle recruitment. Every muscle, tendon, ligament has its job, and they are surrounded by fascia. And fascia needs to be healthy and pliable in order to support your myofascial system. And if the feet are tight, it will impact other parts of your body. Number four, by releasing your feet, you give yourself a chance to improve your gait, weight distribution, and posture. Five, by releasing your feet, you hydrate your heel, the primary curve of your body. And if you don't feel your heels on the ground, you can have all kinds of physical repercussions from it.
Here is how core boot can help. I'm going to show you with one core boot first before we're going to use two, so you can see the differences and decide what works better for you. So I took one of the myofascia balls and I inserted it into the front pocket. So I want to show you from the side. My heel goes to the back pocket. I'm securing my ankle strap. I'm putting in extra security for my ankle, and then I'm going around my arch to get extra support. And I am putting gentle press and release on the top of my foot, the ball of my foot, to start releasing the plantar fascia. My weight doesn't go all entirely, but it's a gentle press and release of the tension. I'm shifting my weight forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Then I can progress into slow motion walking, and core stability is very important here as well, right? And then I can transition to different movement where I'm not just focusing on releasing the tension in my feet, but also paying attention to ankle mobility and hip mobility. Then I can perform any core stability exercises, and later on I will show you something else, but let's stick to the tension. So this is just front, yes, the ball was in the front pocket. Now we're going to transfer it into the back pocket. So now the attention goes to the heel. What did I say? We need to hydrate our primary curve heel. If you can't feel your heel on the ground while you are squatting, while you're walking, there are really serious repercussions. That's why making sure that you can address the connective tissue around your heel, around your ankle, is essential. So, how do I use a core boot? First, I like to just transition from the kind of, I call it tip-top. There are many probably names people could utilize for this move in itself. I'm going from my toes to my heels, from my toes to my heels. And then just like previously, when the ball was on the front, right, I was focusing on the dorsiflexion. Now I'm paying more attention to the plantar flexion, but as I'm taking a step, just like when we're walking, I need to put pressure on the ground, just like when you are even performing any functional movement, squatting, lunging, you need to have a proper contact with your heel in this movement, yes? And then you can utilize core boot with two balls simultaneously. But I would not suggest putting putting two of the balls simultaneously together at first, because what? First, we need to release tension, then we need to strengthen, and then we have better balance, right? I love using one boot at a time for hip stability, lower body stability, and I'm going to show you how then I take it to another level with straps that can really help me to build multifunctional strength across the entire myofascial system, where we're not just paying attention to the muscles, but fascia as well, because the fascia allows us to what? Muscles to glide, be recruited effectively, and to avoid tension. So that, of course, is allowing me to work on the, not just my awareness, where my body is in a space, my balance, my mechanoreceptors, some would argue proprioception. There is so many benefits to it. And you can, of course, just imagine how many ways you can play with it, how you can move in a different directions, work on mobility, stability of any kind. I have created fun movement exercises. Some of them are very basic and some of them are very challenging, because all of us need progression. But not to go away from us and what we were talking, the tension, right? I want to quickly show you how then you would use two boots at the same time. So here's how I like to do it. I put, let's take two balls first. So now I'm going to kind of mimic the walking, yes, my gait. One ball is on the front, one ball is on the back. Let's quickly put it on. I always like to either stand or kneel, because precision is everything, yes? And you want to make sure that the balls are positioned in a comfortable place and that you feel stable. So, front, ankle is secured. There you go, right. Here I come. So, one foot is on the heel, getting extra release, and then the other one is on the front of our plantar fascia tissue, connective tissue, right? So now I'm just going to mimic my walk, literally. Because that's what happens when we walk. We need plantar and dorsiflexion. And a lot of us don't have it, and we compensate. Where? Knees, hips, lower back, core, shoulders, tilted, shifted. I mean, all kinds of repercussions. It really can be taking place, everything from the feet. So then what can I do? I can release, I can switch. I can put this on the front, then on the back, and then what can I do? I can put those two balls, so one will go underneath, right? Underneath, and all of a sudden I'm on 4 balls. So I can do all kinds of fun balance exercises. So quickly back to releasing tension, essential. Because if your feet, bottom of your foot, ankle, any part of the lower leg is tight, everything up the chain will be affected by it. And you may at some point maybe not even be aware of the tightness. These days we are so not aware, and we live out of our bodies. Everything is superficial, everything is autopilot. And when I created Core Boot, I wanted you to connect better within yourself, to release tension that you might be carrying without even knowing how it impacts other parts of your body. So, I hope it was helpful. Please share your thoughts. Ask any questions. I absolutely would love to develop a conversation and dialogue of what do you think, what do you need, and how I can help. With that being said, have a day full of joy and energy, and I'm here to support you in your journey.